everyone, this is Kyle again over at the Horror File. I am actually doing a review today of a movie that I just recently watched that I liked for the most part. I thought it was an interesting movie, so I thought I'd throw a review out there. It's not really an old movie. It's a movie called Creep from 2014. This movie, you can currently watch it on Netflix. If you have Netflix, that's where I watched it at. I wasn't really familiar with the movie. I didn't really know anything about it. I know that there's a little bit of buzz on the internet about it, it being kind of a creepy horror movie. But I wasn't really sure about it or what it had to entail, so I just went ahead and checked it out on Netflix, and I got some stuff to say about it. But to kind of get into the movie, not into the plot, but get into kind of what the movie's about. It's a 2014 found footage horror movie. So this is a found footage movie. I know a lot of people out there are like, found footage. I don't know about that, but found footage to me is a hit or miss kind of aspect to horror movies in general. One of my favorite recent movies, well, pretty much my favorite movie of last year, As Above, So Below, that was a found footage movie, and it was actually done quite well and very interesting. I found that movie to have a lot of interesting elements. It was, it was a found footage, shot POV style, but it still kept you intrigued throughout the whole movie, and it really had a really good storyline. So that was a pretty good one. But this is a 2014 found footage movie starring Mark Duplass and Patrick Brice. And Patrick Brice actually directs the movie as well. He's actually the guy behind the camera, and you see him in the movie. The cool thing about this movie is that it's kind of like the movie Reckless. If you guys didn't see my review of Reckless, check it out. This movie only has two actors in the whole movie. There's only two people in this whole movie. Mark Duplass and Patrick Brice. They're the only two people, and Patrick Brice also directs this movie. So I thought that was pretty cool. Mark Duplass has actually done some other things. He's been in a good bit of stuff I saw on his wiki page. The reason I looked up his wiki page is because I thought I had seen him before in some other stuff, and I think I have. Not anything really worth noting, but he's been in some other stuff. He just looked like a familiar face, so I checked him out. So pretty much to get into the movie. So you got Patrick Brice's character who responds to an ad on Craigslist. It's kind of an eerie ad for a documenter, somebody to follow this guy around. He doesn't really know what it's about, but the guy's offering a good bit of money. So Patrick Brice's character, which is Patrick in the movie, responds to the ad, and he ends up going at the beginning of the movie opens up. He's driving out to this guy's house, has never met this guy before, just emailed back and forth. He shows up at the guy's house. It's a nice, pretty big house in the mountains. And he goes up and he's, waiting around for the guy. The guy isn't there. And, he's like, I can't believe I'm here and the guy's not here and my luck, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden the guy pops out of nowhere. Really eccentric kind of character. His name's Joseph or Joseph. I think he calls him by Joseph in the movie, but it's the way his name is, the way his name is spelled looks like Joseph, but it's Joseph, which is Mark Duplass's character. And right off the bat, you meet this character, he meets Patrick, it's kind of like, honestly, in my opinion, I don't know if you guys have ever responded to a Craigslist ad and met somebody for the first time from Craigslist. It's always an awkward transaction. I've always had nothing but awkward experiences on Craigslist. I've had some good ones, but it's always awkward just meeting up with the person and getting to know them, and this is one of those awkward times. And Patrick's sitting in his car, and then Joseph comes out of nowhere and kind of scares him, and he's like, hey man, hey, and right off the bat you kind of feel like this Joseph guy is just a real weirdo. He's just I don't know, he's very overexcited and just a very odd character. So Joseph brings him up in the house, and they first walk in, and he's already taping them, and he's like, here's the deal. I'm dying of cancer. I have a wife and a son that's on the way. She's pregnant with my son, and I want my son to be able to remember me. I was diagnosed to have 2.5 months left to live. I've already beat cancer once, but it came back. I was diagnosed with 2.5 months to live. I want to be able to tape, my life, pretty much me in a normal day, in a normal setting, so my son will be able to remember who I am as a person. I don't want none of this done up. I don't want nobody to think any better of me, but I want my son to be able to remember me for who I was, just normal me. So, Patrick's like, okay, okay, that, sucks, but he's like, okay. He's kind of weary the whole movie. And, so basically, Joseph gives him money, which is like a stack full of cash. I guess he offered, it doesn't really say how much he offered, but it looks like a lot of money. Gave him a stack full of cash. First thing that Joseph wants to do, which is, this kind of just leads off the movie right here. He's like, all right, well, let's go up to the tub. And, Patrick's like, the tub? And he's like, yeah. He's like, just come on, come on. And he goes upstairs and dude starts getting butt naked. It doesn't show anything, but he gets, thank God, but he gets butt naked, jumps in the tub, and Patrick is like, what the fuck? And he starts like sitting there pretending like he has a baby in his arms and he's playing with this baby and stuff. It's really, really odd. But I don't want to, go scene by scene of this movie. Pretty much, Patrick's taping Joseph in the movie. He starts out taping him, and that's pretty much the whole movie. Joseph wants him to tape him throughout the day, just normal him of how he interacts with people and how he interacts. Period. What he does. Wants him to remember his father, the kid that he's about to have if he dies. And the movie has a lot of twists and turns. There's a lot. I mean, you obviously know who the creep is in the movie. I mean, it's obviously Joseph. That's a given within the first 5 minutes of the movie, but there's a lot of twists and turns that make this movie interesting. Now, there are some downsides to this movie. I lost interest in about halfway through. It started to get boring to me. I think that's the problem with a lot of movies with just a couple of characters in them, is they have to keep it interesting. Reckless kept it interesting. To me, that was an awesome movie. I think I scored that about 8 or an 8.5 out of 10. That movie just kept me interested. I was interested pretty much the whole time. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of twists and turns in that movie, and there's also a lot of twists and turns in this one. But I just kind of got bored about halfway through. When I find myself looking at my phone instead of looking at the movie, normally that's an indication I'm a little bit bored, and that's what I did a little bit. But I did finish the movie. The ending of the movie it left room for a sequel, which, if you look on the wiki page, they did say that they're wanting to make this movie into a trilogy. The Patrick, Bryce, and Mark Duplass want to make this movie into a trilogy, which I don't understand really why. I mean, the movie was pretty cool, but it's really not trilogy worthy in my opinion. I just don't see 3 found footage movies really. I just don't see the point in that being a trilogy. They didn't even make 3 Blair Witch Projects, which obviously the second one really wasn't great. But anyway, back to this movie. There's a lot of twists and turns. There's a lot of stuff you find out about Joseph, about his character and who he is as a person, which is pretty interesting. It's different. You see a lot of things coming in this movie. There wasn't really much that surprises you. There are some creepy sequences in this movie. One being, there's this part where Joseph was like standing in the shadows and was just really, really creepy looking. You couldn't really see him; you just saw his shadow. Overall, I would rate this movie about a 6 out of 10. I enjoyed some aspects of this movie. I wasn't very surprised with a lot of things that went on in this movie. I liked the characters for the most part. They, were cool. Mark Duplass's character Joseph was a creepy kind of dude. He definitely creeped me out a little bit. Ending could have been better. There's not really much to the storyline at all, other than basically it's a stalker movie. I mean, this guy's stalking this other guy. It has its ups and downs. It's a found footage movie. It's definitely not the best one I've seen. So check it out. I mean, it's on Netflix if you have Netflix. I mean, it's about an hour and 15 minutes or so. So I recommend if you want to watch it, check it out. I definitely won't revisit this one. It's definitely not one I'll probably want to watch again. But yeah, I mean, check it out. But anyway, if you like this video, let me know. Subscribe, like. Let me know if you saw the movie or if you're planning on seeing the movie, what you think of it. I just hit 100 subs on my channel, which I put up a video about. Really thank you guys for watching my videos. You guys are awesome, every one of you. It's really fun to do these videos and see what you guys think. So let me know what you guys think, and like and subscribe. Until next time, peace. See ya.